to the Spotlight Show, where we put the spotlight on people from all over the world. I am your host, coming straight from Woostar Studios, the Unlucky Leprechaun, aka Twitchy Terry, aka the Bipolar High Roller. I am Matt Clark. Today we have a very special guest, the beautiful, the hilarious Vanessa Clair.
Hey!
Hey!
Thank you.
Glad to see you out here.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. How much different does it feel from being Vermont to Worcester?
You guys have so many. The driving's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the lefts and rights and
I told you.
grids.
A lot of lefts and rights.
Grids.
One ways, three deckers, crackheads.
Yeah, they're everywhere. I mean, we got crackheads in Vermont, but it'd be different.
So I've only been to Vermont once, and it was to see you and go to that show.
Yeah, which
It
you
was
were
tight,
on.
which I was on. So I met this dude. You remember this? I met this dude, and I was like, buddy, he had dreads, and he looked like a wizard from 1940, and like he had dirt on him from 1940.
Still.
And I was like, yo, I just want to hear this guy's story. And we sat down, I bought him a beer, and like he told us that he used to be a phone
Psychic reader.
I almost said future reader.
Yeah, same thing. Same thing.
Yeah, so,
but you didn't see whatever gave him that fucking neck brace coming, huh?
yeah, he used to be a future reader, which is cool. It's kind of cooler than being a sex phone operator, right?
Right.
It's kind of the same thing.
Kind of.
Pay by the minute.
Yeah. I read tarot. I was interested. I was like, how do you get paid by the minute like that?
Yeah, so tell me about tarot cards. What is that?
What is tarot?
Yeah.
Tarot, in my words, is basically the story of how a fool got woke, figured out himself.
Okay.
Yeah. When you put all the different cards together, it tells a story. That's why I say it's like reading tarot. You go through and read the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you use the W word, woke.
Whoa.
Do you consider yourself to be woke?
No. By society definition, I think not. I don't know. There's so many definitions. What's woke? What's woke to you?
I don't know. Being a liberal.
Being a liberal.
I say that knowing nothing about politics.
Yeah.
I say it like I'm like ignorance is bliss with me in politics. Like I have no idea.
Basically.
So I just threw the L word around.
Right. When I started, like, you know, when you dive into your spiritual journey, you get all woke to what life is, and then all of a sudden politics came in. They're like, you're woke. You know, like, what? What's going on? I don't know. So I don't like to use words that I don't understand. So I apologize. Thank you for calling me out on my bullshit.
Well, no, me too, because I don't know what a liberal is, to be honest. So there's that.
Yeah. Have a bleeding heart, and you'll get it.
Okay, that's bad news. So what else is going on, Vanessa?
Oh, lots of shows. Doing a show tonight.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of shows, I saw Bobby Kelly last night.
Oh, how was that?
It was incredible. The openers were they were cool,
Yeah.
but it was actually funny. The host was like this dude I started comedy with like 5 years ago,
Oh,
and he's hosting, which is awesome. Good for him.
that's awesome.
Peter Angelo, shout out to him.
Yeah, that's great. Good.
But yeah, Bobby Kelly was incredible.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, he's been doing comedy for quite some time.
Yeah, he came out hot, dude, just talking shit, immediately roasting people. And I was telling a girl, I was like, yo, that's why we're not in the front row. We were like in the row behind the front row, but on the side.
Safety zone.
Yeah, the safety zone, because I was like, if I get roasted, dude, I'm not gonna be able to live with myself. Also, he didn't stop. He just roast. It was like he probably did as much crowd work as he did material.
Yeah, I've heard that about him. He's really amazing at crowd work, and like that's most of his set. And,
Yeah.
But his jokes are great too.
Yeah, his jokes are cool.
Yeah, his jokes are cool. They're alright.
A lot of sex stuff, which I mean is whatever, dude.
Yeah.
If you're 52 and still talking about sex, I'm like, what are we doing here?
I mean, well, sex people have sex for quite some time there.
Yeah.
You know what I think about old people having sex? Old people have sex too.
Ew.
Ugh. It's true. It's a fact.
Like, what's the oldest age you think you'll have sex at?
As long as I can get it. And however old I am.
Okay.
That is when I will stop.
That was a decent answer.
I mean,
Not the one I expected.
what did you expect?
I don't know. Maybe. I thought you were going to put an age on it.
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
Timeless. Sex is timeless.
This dick is timeless. Unfortunately for men, their dicks aren't timeless.
Yeah, such a time limit on the shit, so we were, that was it.
Yeah, there's a time limit.
Sometimes it stops working too, but
yeah, I think that's what I was trying to say.
for women, wow.
Also that's mad funny.
Usually. Dick jokes always get them.
Yeah.
Oh, I always get them. If I'm like, oh, nobody's laughing, I just gotta say, you know what, get that dick or something, and then they will laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, a bunch of shows going on. I have a bunch of shows going on. It's a good feeling. Yeah, good feeling. Both of them. You might be killing it slightly more than me, but who's measuring?
Nobody's measuring.
So
This isn't a dick contest. That's okay.
it's not a dick contest. Because I would lose.
Yeah. My metaphorical dick is huge. It's gigantic.
So you open for Norm?
Rodney Norman.
Rodney Norman.
Yeah, at the Loft. It was really fun. He's great. What a character he is.
Character.
Yeah, he's really nice and had some really great things to say. Like walking inspirational quote, and he's pretty fantastic. It was an honor to meet him and work with him, be on same stage as him. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I've worked with some people.
Who have you worked with?
This dude, Top Flight, I met him through someone else, but he tours the country. He just had a special on Amazon. Shout out to him, dude.
Nice.
It always makes me laugh, and it's usually like urban comics that do it, but like they don't go by a name, or they go by comedian whatever. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like comedian Bruce or whatever. It's always comedian in front of it, which I think is hilarious. So back to it. Shows. Have you been doing any pods lately? Is this the only pod you did?
Yeah, I think you're popping my podcast cherry, honestly.
Sweet.
Yeah, I've done, well, no, I take it back. I've done a podcast a couple years ago about dreams, and I did one with a comedian from Tennessee. He's a magician comedian, your guy. Yeah. Oh, he's hilarious. His name's Danny. I can't. You give me a second. But his first name's Danny. He's excellent. He's down in the Bible Belt. We were talking about, the devil's Uno. Everyone wants to know about that and tarot.
Shout out to Danny, the magician.
Danny the magician.
Is Merlin his last name? That'd be cool.
No, hold on. I'm gonna get it for you. Whitson, Danny Whitson.
That's awesome. I've never met a magician comedian. It's a thing. It's its own subcategory.
Yeah. You know what I heard recently? Is that comedy is a lot like magic, because it's an act, and it's a sleight of hand and a sleight of word, and other magicians can see how magicians pull off the act, right? And then when you find out, say a magician tells you his secrets and stuff, you just realize how simple it actually is. And it's the same thing with comedy. There's just a rhyme and a reason and a formula. And
I like that analogy a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty dope too.
Yeah, for sure. I can almost always see it coming.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a line set up in a way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we all write similar. Maybe not.
Yeah.
So if you had to explain your comedy to someone in one sentence, how would you do it?
I want to say dry.
I love that because I think that's one word, by the way, but I would say dry too.
Yeah.
Like all my friends introduce me as dry. My buddy John, shout out to John, he's an incredible guitarist, singer. He's always on TikTok, and I'll go in and he'll be like, if you like dry comedy, it's like, you could just say my name. Fucking dickhead. But yeah, so I'd say dry. That's not a bad thing. That's a good adjective.
Yeah, I'd like to make people think that I make people wet, but dry works.
You got me on that one.
Yeah.
So, what are some dry comedians that you draw influence from? Would you say?
The comedians that I draw a lot of influence from is like Daniel Sloss. I watch a lot of him.
He's wild.
Yeah, I love him because he takes a lot of just facts.
Is he Is he British or Irish?
He is Irish.
Something
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's from Ireland. He's pretty great. He's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, he's got a schlong down his knee too. I like him a lot.
How do you know that?
He's called Daniel Sloss, dude. I studied his comedy. He talks about it time too. You know, he posts some pictures too. You just cannot miss that.
Okay.
All right, when it's touching your knee and it's up like
Never had that problem before.
Big fan.
What about Nate Bargatze? Would you say he's dry?
Who?
Nate Bargatze.
I'm not sure. Nate Bargatze. Oh yeah.
He's a clean comedian. He's huge. I'm surprised you don't know who he is.
Well, no, I do, but I don't I don't know. I can't think of it right off the top of my head. I apologize, Nate Bargatze.
What about? Would you say Jerry Seinfeld is a dry comedian?
All right. So about Jerry.
Hit me.
A lot of comedians like Jerry Seinfeld, and he is excellent, he is wonderful, and he is great, but he's not good. But I do appreciate the Seinfeld. And there are a lot of gems in Seinfeld. And I watched the documentary on Seinfeld and how he writes and how he creates. And
I think I saw that too.
Yeah, where he's sitting there on the road with just papers and papers of just jokes that he's written and notes that he's put down and pave a goddamn highway with it. That was relatable as fuck.
Are you a notebook girl or are you phone?
Both.
Yeah, I do phone now. I was notebook for a long time.
Yeah.
I do phone now.
I do both. I find that writing it down, when I'm practicing, I'll use a notebook so I can write it all down. And I will thin it out and everything. It gives you a visual. You can underline every punchline too, so you can track your laughs per minute.
Yeah.
It makes it easier to see than doing it on your phone. Your phone, though, is easy when you're going on the go and you're like, shit, I gotta write something down, and you just pull out your phone and write it on a note. If it gets transferred into that notebook for your set, though, that's a different story.
Yeah, I like to go back and forth. If I'm trying to memorize something, I'll write it by hand.
Yeah.
And that always works for me.
Yeah.
So
Seals the deal.
What else? You're a mom?
Sure am.
You're a hairdresser?
Sure am.
How would you say hairdressing relates to comedy? Would you say there's some kind of comparison?
There's comedy in everything.
Yeah, for sure.
There really is, and especially comedy and tragedy. And there's a lot of tragedy in hairdressing. Not people's lives and their stories, and you become a therapist, and there's a lot. There's a lot of.
I was gonna say, people always want to spill the beans when they're in the barber chair.
Yeah. I know things that I should not know about people, but I know them. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah. Gotta take this to my grave now. Thank you.
Or, you never know. Might make it in my act someday. You never fucking know.
Yeah. So,
give it up, people. Fuck with me.
That's pretty funny. I work in substance abuse field, and I hear the craziest stories all day.
Yeah.
And I love to hear a good story. So I'll ask someone that's 60. I'll be like, "What were the 70s like?" Just tell me what the 70s were like. They're like, it was great before AIDS, and then AIDS came out, and everything got kind of weird.
Damn AIDS.
Yeah.
Ruining everything.
It's just funny to hear life like pre-AIDS. There's kids out there that have been alive post 9/11,
Yeah.
which is bananas to me. Like, if you're 21 right now, you were post 9/11.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wild getting on. How old are you?
I'll be 35 in like a week.
Oh, happy birthday. Yeah, that's right. We just discussed this. Motherfucker needs a keychain.
Yeah,
for his birthday.
send me that.
He's got a pocket full of loose keys.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice feeling to have keys, though, because I remember there was a time when I didn't have any keys. Also, when I moved out of treatment, I had like 2 trash bags full of stuff.
Yeah.
Now I have like 12 trash bags.
Nice.
Yeah.
Moving on up.
That's how you know you're doing good, your amount of trash bags that you have in your life. Like, if you had to put everything you own in the trash bags, how many trash bags do you think you'd have?
Including my kids' shit, just stuffed animals alone. It's like 15 bags.
And the kids, too. You gotta fit the kids in the trash bags.
Oh. Do we get you?
So, it sounds like 50 trash bags.
Just for the stuffed animals. Yeah, stuffies. That takes up some fucking
just for the bodies.
property right there. Some square footage. Yeah. This kid, I'm telling you, you ever want to know how to make your YouTube channel blow up? Ask an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old or an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
They know what's up. I don't know what the fuck she's doing, but like videos of stamped animals, I mean.
It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing, dude.
Kid's gonna be fucking getting paid on YouTube before I am. Like,
playing with toys, doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Whatever, she's rocking it. I'm very proud. Very proud.
Yeah, that's awesome. Is she uploading that stuff by herself?
Yep, I watch it all. So as a parent, you can download the YouTube Studio. Yeah. And I can see every single thing that they, like all my kids post, where they are, what they're looking at on YouTube, everything. Or they fuck around, they will find out. It's a good addiction. It's like a drug. And we're like, oh, you fuck around, take away the drug. Oh, it's true. I don't know. If you can't, you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm addicted to that small square that makes me sad, dude.
Yeah, it makes you sad?
I mean.
Mine makes me money.
Yeah, mine doesn't.
Mine does. Change it, no?
Can you elaborate on that?
Getting OnlyFans. I don't have one.
I was just gonna ask you.
It could be like Only Dads.
Only Dads. More like Lonely Dads.
Lonely Dads. Show you a
Picture
picture of me unbuttoning my shirt.
It's a good piece of business right there. Nothing's worse than having an OnlyFans and like not having any fans. You're just getting naked for nobody.
Did you hear about that guy who started an OnlyFans and was only giving out compliments to women? And then it blew up and he was like, women are so sad and lonely. Like, but he's rich now just by being like, you're beautiful, babe. And I think you're amazing. Keep it up.
I do that for free.
Maybe you're selling yourself short, babe.
Yeah.
And you should get yourself an OnlyFans and inspire the fuck out of ladies. Maybe dudes too. Maybe some guys need it too. You never know. Go get that dude.
Never be afraid to tell your guy friends that they look good if you're a dude.
It's true. Tell them they all look good. I love it when guys do that.
Gas your friends up.
That's
right.
It
doesn't matter who they are. Just gas your friends up.
That's right. Don't gaslight them. Just gaslight them.
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
That means that you something happened and you're like, oh, that didn't happen, and you deny it and stuff, and you kind of make people question themselves. Feel like, did it happen?
It happened.
It happened. Did it?
So that's gaslighting.
Decided I'm gonna start gaslighting people.
I figured out I was taught what woke is. Now I know what gaslighting is.
You might have asked definitions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I wasn't told just. Yeah. I also work in a dispensary too.
Yeah, tell me about that. What's the dispensary like?
Yeah, it's like a lot of cannabis at all times. Yeah, I trim pounds and pounds of weed. I take my hairdressing skills and take it to the weed.
Yeah, that's
Weed,
awesome.
yeah, weed doesn't have fucking mental issues. And doesn't want me to be its therapist. Weed just wants me to trim it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's nice. It's real nice. It's like when I first got hired, my boss sounded like the sea turtle from like the shark movie, you know.
Was it Finding Nemo or was the shark movie?
Dude, he sounded like a beach bum. I was like, I'm meant to be here.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck. On 420, they bought us all lunch. I was like, I fucking love those lines.
That's sick.
It is sick.
So do you work in the dispensary part, like selling the weed, or?
Sometimes I do bud tending when the store needs assistance. I'm usually in the facility.
It's called bud tending.
It's called bud tending.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah, it is pretty tight. Being a bud tender is pretty cool. All you gotta do is just like pick a strain and tell everybody to buy it, and they will. It's true.
Yeah.
They're like, so what would you get? Well, I'll tell you exactly what I get. Usually your bud tender is going to be honest too. If you listen to your bud tender, like they will tell you that everything is good, but when they got a story attached to why it's good, that's the one you want to pick. Just because then they have emotions and they like it.
Yeah. So does all like the weed shake that hits the floor, is that what goes in the joints?
No, absolutely not. So we are a rare breed over at Demeter's in southern Vermont. We use nothing
Shameless
but
plug.
yeah. We Cannabis Maximus was we use nothing but the tiny buds for our pre rolls. We separate all the trim and then we use tiny buds for pre rolls. And then we have the premium bud.
That's interesting.
Yeah, a lot of places do use shake and stem, all kinds of bullshit, but we do not. We hand trim our shit.
That's awesome.
These hands.
Your car smelled like a dispensary.
Yeah, it usually does.
And I like to say I'm a weed cuck. Like I don't smoke weed, but I'll watch people from like a corner.
Yeah. We just shared our windows.
With my shirt off.
With my shirt off, swinging around my head like, woo!
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. But as long as you're enjoying yourself, really.
Yeah, I like watching other people smoke weed because I personally can't do it.
Yeah, that's okay.
So.
What do you do to get by?
This comedy.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I don't smoke. I don't do drugs.
Yeah.
I don't have sex really. I'm pretty much straight edge. Is what I'm trying to say. No, I'm kidding.
Fucking nerd.
Yeah.
I'm down. It's cool.
I dabble. I'm a nerd.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I feel like nerds can be cool. Like I'm a nerd for stuff. Like I'm a nerd for food.
Yeah.
Say I'm a food nerd.
Dude, I'm stuffing food. You'll hear about that tonight. You'll hear about that tonight. Well, at the show. At the show.
Just one-on-one.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Don't laugh at me. I have smoked a ton of weed.
Yeah.
I've done like every drug there is.
Yeah.
Besides heroin.
You haven't done the hair wrong?
Nah, it's not on my to-do list either.
No. Okay, good. That's good. Drugs are bad, okay?
Okay.
But I don't consider cannabis a drug. It's kind of like the Prozac of the stuff, except for you can smell it. Imagine if you could smell Prozac, it would taste like patchouli. Yeah.
I do love the smell of patchouli, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, to each their own. You know, it's
Just
made
means-
to like cover the scent of death, right?
Is it?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
means the hippies coming to me.
Yeah. You just imagine that. You smell patchouli, bipolar, it's on its way. Wow.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Like that's like a bit.
It's true. I know it is. I know it is actually. I got a rant on that.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, you can see one of those. I'm sure it'll come out of me in one of these shows coming up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what else is going on? What else do we got going on?
Oh, just like yourself, I'm starting an open mic in March in Brattleboro.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That place is weird.
At the Latches Pub, Underground Bar and Grill. We're going to be doing an open mic every first Wednesday of the month. It starts at 7:30. Show starts at 8.
Oh, so once a month.
Once a month at first, and then if people come and it becomes a thing, then we'll just do it every week.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Right now, Vermont and Southern Vermont doesn't have very much comedy scene. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's not really hot in Vermont. So we're gonna change that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing shows at the Lashes as well. First one's March 2nd.
For sure.
Yeah.
Are you starting to produce your own shows now?
No, I've been working with Timothy Lovett with comedy as a weapon.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, shout out to Timothy Lovett. Nothing but love for him. He's great. He's taught me a lot. Yeah.
Man, he was cool to me.
Yeah, he is a good man. So, shout out to Timothy.
So you're producing shows like under that umbrella, or no?
I'm not really producing shows. I'm on the shows with him.
Oh, okay.
And I'm hosting the open mics. Like the open mics are mine.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I like to call it Counting Sheep comedy. Yeah.
Is that gonna be your thing?
Yeah.
Counting sheep.
Yeah. It's all just to be petty too. Like the whole name's just like someone said one thing one time, and I'm like, guess what? I'm gonna start holding a fucking company called Counting Sheep Comedy. Fuck you.
That's so petty.
Yeah, it is. I love it.
Tom Petty.
Yeah, Tom Petty. That's what's up.
Alright, well, do you have any plugs? Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, thank you for having me, and I
Okay.
appreciate your time. It's pretty cool.
Where do we find you on social media?
Vanessa Clair 999 on everything. I'm on the Facebooks and Instagram and YouTube and TikToks, and
Yeah.
I just started a new TikTok. It's Vanessa Clair Comedy. I got 4 followers right now.
That's awesome.
So go over there, check that out.